My dear friends and subscribers, welcome to your favorite show, the Cricket Happening Show, with your host Ram today. And in this part of the cricket show, what we are going to look at, how the game is played here in the Border Gavaskar Trophy Series in the second test match between India and Australia, which was played yesterday. It was the third day's play. And the third day's play, well, India, as I said, are really on the ascendant. In fact, if you look at the Indian innings, India started off with that overnight pair of Cheteshwar Pujara and Murali Vijay, and Australia would be pretty relieved of the fact, even though Murali Vijay and Cheteshwar Pujara negotiated the morning very well and actually took this partnership to 370, which was the fourth best test partnership ever for India in test matches. In fact, India were at a score. In fact, they took the score on to 393. As you know, 311 for 1 was what they started with, but this partnership ended with India's score on 393. And in fact, they just continued in the same manner. And the first wicket to go was Murali Vijay was the first wicket to go. I'm very sorry. In fact, 387 was the first wicket which went, and Murali Vijay was the first test wicket for Glenn Maxwell, the right-arm off spinner, as Murali Vijay was caught Cowan bowled Maxwell for 167 with 23 fours and 2 sixes. What a knock from Murali Vijay. And as far as Pujara was concerned, now as I said, this was the highest. It was the fourth highest partnership ever in test matches for India, and this yielded 370 runs. After that, Pujara quickly departed after his partner Vijay left, as Pujara was gone, as he tried to hook a delivery from Pattinson, and Doherty took the catch, and he was gone for 204, his second test century, and he has also reached 1,000 runs in test cricket, which is absolutely splendid. Probably he has taken only 11 or 12 tests. I'm not really sure about the statistic, but Pujara made 204 with 34s and 1 6. Now at 387 for 1 was the time. India had the score of 387 for 1. But after that, probably one was expecting, with the mighty batting order still to come, India will amass runs and really put the pressure on the Australians. But let me tell you, one has to really give credit to the spin bowlers from Australia, and especially Glenn Maxwell and Xavier Doherty, who really basically what they showed the Australian selectors is that after they had been included in the team, there was a sort of a criticism. But well, what they did yesterday was something which would be really taken very well by everybody, and the critics would really think about it, because what they did is in the balance, 387 for 1, from 387 India collapsed to being 503 all out. So 9 wickets went for 116 runs, but thanks to Glenn Maxwell, 26 overs, 2 maidens, 127 runs and 4 wickets. Xavier Doherty, 46.1 overs, he toiled hard, 15 maidens, 131 runs and 3 wickets were his return. And that was the precise reason India were all out for 503. So as I said, once Pujara went, India were 393 for 3. After that, Tendulkar departed, as Tendulkar was caught by Wade of the bowling of Pattinson, but it was actually Pattinson appealed. Marais Erasmus once again into the picture here, actually had given not out, but Pattinson prompted him and asked him why he's not out, and then Erasmus changed his decision. No, he didn't change his decision, he actually went to the third umpire and went for the decision review there, and then came the reply that Tendulkar was gone, and that is the time Erasmus raised the finger and Tendulkar was gone. Caught Wade bowled Pattinson for 7 with 1 boundary. India were 404 for 4. After that, it was Virat Kohli and Dhoni at the crease, and the next to go was, I think it was, in fact Dhoni was the next to go. Dhoni actually came in and he really Dhoni and Kohli actually smashed the bowling all round. They tried to get some quick runs, especially Dhoni, who was very severe on the spinners. He made 44 of just 43 deliveries with 8 fours, as Maxwell actually had his wicket as he was caught by Doherty, and Virat Kohli made 34 with 3 boundaries. He was also a victim of Maxwell, and Ravindra Jadeja was caught and bowled by Maxwell for 10, and there was 4 wickets in the bag of Glenn Maxwell, the right-arm offie. And Harbhajan Singh, well, after that it was just a mere formality as Ashwin was gone. Doherty then came in and picked up the last remaining wickets. In fact, he cleaned up the tail by picking up the wicket of first of Ashwin, who was out for 1. Then Harbhajan Singh caught Maxwell, bowled Doherty for a duck, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar tried to attempt a lofted stroke, and he was stumped by Matthew Wade on the bowling of Doherty for 10. And India were all out for 503. Probably they would have, I would say, the credit goes to the Australian spinners for actually restricting India to 503, because what could have happened is that if Australian spinners had not struck, then probably India might have amassed probably 650 runs and probably put the pressure right on Australians, but they ended up with 503 all out. I've already spoken about the spinners. As far as the bowling figures were concerned of the Pacers, Pattinson 29 overs 11 maidens, 80 runs on 2 wickets. Siddle 31 overs 6 maidens, 1 for 92. Enriquez 21 overs 7 maidens, none for 45. Now, as far as David Warner bowled 1 over in which he gave away 14 runs. Now let's look at the Australian card. Now, after 503, the overall lead for India was 266. Even though India were all out for 503, that was a very handy lead of 266 runs in the first innings. And again, Hyderabad had a very hot day. Australia started off their second innings. It was a good partnership. It was a decent partnership that was put on by Ed Cowan and David Warner, not giving away the wickets to the Pacers this time, with Bhuvneshwar Kumar bowling superbly, once again showing that ability to actually get the ball out, get the ball in. But the Australian batsmen were very watchful against Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Bhuvneshwar Kumar bowling 6 overs 4 maidens, no wickets for 7 runs. And then there was no signs of Ishan Sharma. Ishan Sharma didn't bowl at all. Now, whether Ishan Sharma, one does not know whether it was an injury or whether deliberately Mahendra Singh Dhoni did that. But then Ashwin was given the ball, and Ashwin was the one who actually got the breakthrough. What he did is that he first dismissed David Warner. David Warner actually hit a very good 6 of Ashwin. But after that, after making 26 with 3 fours and 1 6, David Warner succumbed to Ashwin. What Warner did is Warner lofted a ball from Ashwin, and the catch was taken by none other than the former selector or the former Australian pace bowler, the big fella. At one time he was called the big fellow, who had a big moustache, and he was Merv Hughes. Merv Hughes was the one who took the catch in the stands, and David Warner was gone, bowled by Ashwin. In fact, I'm sorry. The ball that David Warner hit for a 6 was actually caught by the big fella Merv Hughes. But as far as as he got out, actually David Warner was clean bowled. Now, what was something surprising, but again they had to really blunt the Indian spinners, and the Australians decided on employing the sweep stroke, and that was the precise reason David Warner succumbed. David Warner was clean bowled by Ashwin for 26 with 3 fours and 1 6. Thus the score was 56 for 1. And at the same score, Phil Hughes, who has been really struggling as far as the Indian spinners are concerned, would probably be hoping that he plays in the third test, because the way Phil Hughes has been bowled, he has been really struggling in spinners. He has not been able to spot any deliveries, and Phil Hughes also tried to go for the sweep shot, and he was bowled round his legs by Ashwin for a blob. He faced 9 balls without a run, and Ashwin really had a mesmerizing effect on Phil Hughes, as Phil Hughes was gone, bowled by Ashwin for a duck, and at the same score, Australia lost another wicket, so 56 for 2. And after that it was left to Ed Cowan, who just stayed there, tried to stay put at the crease, making an unbeaten 26 with 4 boundaries. Shane Watson was with him, not out on 9 at close of play with 1 6, and Australia finished the day, that is on the third day, at 74 for 2. So it essentially means Australia need another 192 runs to make India bat again. But looking at the way the pitch is behaving, the pitch, there's a lot of spitting going on in the pitch, in the sense the ball is really bouncing well. There's a lot of turn available for the spinners. It's becoming pretty difficult, and it's not going to be easy. Going into the fourth day, there will be more wear and tear, more foot marks, rough being created, and I'm sure the Australian batsmen have to really play out of their skins as far as the Indian spinners are concerned. So 74 for 2 is the final score for Australia going into the fourth day. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, I already spoken about Ashwin, the wicket taker, 15 overs 6 maidens, 2 for 42. Harbhajan Singh bowled 8 overs 5 maidens, none for 10, and Jadeja 3 overs 2 maidens, none for 2. So I think it's a very stiff examination for the Australian batsmen against the Indian spinners going into the fourth day. As I said, the pitch is behaving, the pitch is doing all sorts of tricks. It's behaving in a very unseemly, behaving in a very ungainly manner. And it is going to be probably Michael Clarke as once again should have the onus of actually playing big innings here. But one can't say anything right now, but I'm sure Australia are definitely under pressure, because the first goal for them is to get that 192 runs, clear off the lead, and try to get India to bat again, which would be interesting, because Xavier Doherty and Maxwell might get more purchase out of this wicket than what they got previously. So, but it would be interesting. It's not going to be easy. If they survive, well, that would be good for Australia. But if they don't, then that would be curtains for Australia. But one wouldn't be surprised if the match got over on the fourth day itself, with India actually inflicting an innings defeat on the Australians in the second test. Well, only time will tell the story. Well, I'm moving away from here. The reason being that yesterday there was a 2020 match which was being played between West Indies and Zimbabwe at the Vivian Richards Stadium, North Sound in Antigua, where Zimbabwe once again lost the 2020 match to the World Cup T20 champions West Indies, this time by 41 runs, and that sealed the series for West Indies. So West Indies taking the series 2-0, and West Indies were the ones who batted first. I thought Zimbabwean bowlers bowled well to restrict West Indies to 158 for 7 of their 20 overs. Lendy Simmons contributed a 41 of 39 balls with 1 4 and 2 sixes. Johnson Charles made only 10 of 8 balls with 2 fours. Dwayne Bravo 24 of 25 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. Barnwell, who got an opportunity here, was clean bowled by Utsaya for 7 of 10 balls. But Kieron Pollard was the one who smashed it around, making an unbeaten 45 of 24 balls with 3 fours and 3 6, and at least getting some respectability to the West Indies total, taking them to 158 for 7. Russell was out for a duck. Sammy was out for 19 of 12 balls with 2 fours and 1 6. So the bowling was concerned, Pofu once again bowled well. 4 overs no maiden, 1 for 27, 1 for 46 for Tendai Chatara. Prosper Utsaya 1 for 22 was very economical. Mushangwe 4 overs 2 for 33, and Mutamboji, the other leg spinner, 4 overs no maiden, 2 for 28. As far as Zimbabwe were concerned, they didn't have a big target. They had only 159 to win, but again the West Indies bowlers proved too much. And what Darren Sammy, the captain, did, he brought Samuel Badri pretty early, and in fact the opener started off very well. Chibaba and Subanda getting some good boundaries, playing well. But Samuel Badri came in and picked up 3 wickets on the trot. First he picked up Chibaba, was bowled by Badri for 13 of 15 balls with 2 fours. Vusi Subanda was caught. Bravo bowled Badri. Beautiful catch taken by Bravo of the bowling of Badri for 5 8 balls. As you know, Samuel Badri is a leg spinner. And Brendan Taylor also tamely gave a catch to Sammy at the bowling of Badri for 4. It made the score 33 for 3. After that, it was left to Hamilton Masakadza. Hamilton Masakadza was the sole man who actually took it along. If he had got some support, probably the story might have been different, even though the 41 runs difference might have been reduced. But unfortunately, Hamilton Masakadza played a very good hand, in fact, in this in vain, but in a knock of in his knock of 53 unbeaten runs of 51 balls with 6 fours, with Zimbabwe finishing at 117 for 6 of their 20 overs. It was very unfortunate that Hamilton Masakadza didn't get any support. Probably if he had got some support, probably they could have really stretched West Indies to the limit here. But anyways, that is all over. So the West Indies have actually taken the T20 series 2-0, and the focus shifts on to the test matches now. And there was not much support for Masakadza. Irvine made 15. of 16 balls with 1 4, and I'm not going to go into the interior. The only thing I can talk about is Samuel Budry. 4 overs, no maiden, 3 for 17, and 2 for 15 for Dwayne Bravo. The man of the match went to Samuel Budry of West Indies, and player of the series went to Lendl Simmons of West Indies. Well, that's it from me, your host Ram, wrapping up this Cricket Happening show for today. See you all tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye. Thank you.